The very act of struggling with a new skill, that frustrating period when everything feels clumsy and impossible, isn't a sign of failure. It's your brain literally dismantling itself and then meticulously rebuilding new, more efficient neural pathways in real time. You are not merely learning, you are undergoing a profound physical transformation inside your skull. In the moments to come, you will uncover the astonishing biological symphony playing out within your own mind every single time you push past a challenge. We're talking about the deep science of neuroplasticity, a continuous process where your brain fundamentally reconfigures its own architecture, not just adapting, but sculpting itself into a more capable version of you. Think for a moment about trying to master a complex new sequence on a musical instrument, or perhaps learning a foreign language where your tongue just doesn't seem to want to form the new sounds. It feels like hitting a brick wall, doesn't it? Your fingers stumble, your pronunciation falters, and your understanding trips over itself. You repeat the same passage countless times, making mistake after mistake. But then, almost imperceptibly, a shift occurs. That chord progression suddenly clicks. The tricky word rolls off your tongue with less effort. You experience a tiny, internal aha moment. What just happened in there? It wasn't just your mind getting smarter. Your brain actually changed its physical structure. Imagine your brain as an incredibly dense, ancient forest. When you first encounter a new concept or try a new movement, it's like trying to navigate this forest off-path, hacking your way through thick undergrowth. It's slow, arduous, and requires immense effort. Every time you repeat that new skill, you are, in essence, trampling down a new trail. These trails are formed by tiny connections between brain cells called neurons. A neuron is like a microscopic telegraph pole transmitting electrical signals. Where two neurons meet, there's a tiny gap called a synapse. When a signal successfully jumps this gap, that's a firing. The magic happens when these firings become more frequent and more successful. This isn't just metaphorical, it's a real physical strengthening. The connection itself becomes more efficient. It's like widening that forest path, clearing out obstacles, and making it easier for future signals to travel. This process, known as synaptic plasticity, is fundamental to all learning. One remarkable body of research by Dr. Masao Ito, published in the early 2000s, demonstrated specific forms of synaptic plasticity, particularly in the cerebellum, which is a key region for motor learning. He showed how repeated activity could lead to long-term potentiation, making synapses stronger and more responsive, and long-term depression, weakening less useful connections. So as you repeat a skill, the relevant synapses in your brain literally get better at talking to each other. They develop more receptors, they release more neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers, making that communication faster and more reliable. But here's the crucial part. If you stop practicing, those nascent trails can quickly become overgrown again. This constant ebb and flow, the strengthening and weakening, is happening all the time. Your brain is a dynamic, living system, constantly optimizing its own internal pathways based on what you ask it to do. It's a relentless, silent architect, forever adapting. And the truly astonishing part is not just that it builds new paths, but what it does to the old ones. This constant rebuilding isn't just about adding new connections. That would be chaotic, wouldn't it? A brain packed with every single connection ever attempted would be slow, inefficient, and overwhelmed. No, the real revelation, the hidden secret to skill mastery, is that your brain doesn't just strengthen, it ruthlessly prunes away what isn't serving you. Imagine our forest paths again. As you solidify your new skill, the brain identifies the most direct, most efficient paths, and all those meandering, inefficient detours you took at the beginning, the ones that led to mistakes or wasted effort, your brain starts to let them wither, clear them away, even reabsorb them. This isn't a passive process, it's an active, energetic deletion of unused or less useful connections. Before understanding this, you might have thought learning was simply accumulating more and more information or pathways, but what's actually happening is a sophisticated process of sculpting. Your brain is becoming an expert sculptor, chipping away the extraneous marble to reveal the masterpiece within. It's like a master gardener carefully tending a bonsai tree, shaping it not just by encouraging growth, but by trimming away all the parts that don't contribute to its perfect form. How incredible is that? This process of pruning, known as synaptic pruning, is just as vital as the strengthening. It ensures that your brain remains lean, fast, and incredibly focused on the tasks that matter. But there's another, even more astonishing component to this internal upgrade: the myelin sheath. Think of your neural pathways not just as forest trails, but as electrical wires. When you're first learning, these wires are often bare. The electrical signals leak, they move slowly, and they can interfere with other signals. But as you repeat and refine a skill, specialized cells in your brain begin to wrap these crucial, frequently used neural wires in a fatty, insulating layer called myelin. It's like taking a thin, exposed electrical cable and encasing it in a thick, high-grade rubber coating. What does this do? It turbocharges the signal. It makes the electrical impulse jump faster, travel farther, and leak less, increasing its speed by up to 100 times. This isn't just a slight improvement. This is turning a dusty country road into a perfectly paved, multi-lane superhighway with a speed limit that seems to defy physics. Work by scientists like Dr. Douglas Fields, notably highlighted in a 2006 study, has illuminated how myelin is dynamically regulated by neural activity, especially during learning. This means that the more consistently and effectively you practice a skill, the more your brain invests in myelination for those specific pathways, quite literally installing biological broadband for your most used connections. It's why experts can react with lightning speed and execute complex movements with such fluid precision. Their brains haven't just learned, they've been insulated and optimized for peak performance. This transformative duo, the precise pruning of unnecessary connections and the supercharging myelination of essential ones, is the exact process that changes how you see yourself, transforming effort into embodied expertise. So, how can you consciously engage with this incredible internal architect? How do you become a better sculptor of your own brain? The insights from neuroplasticity offer powerful, actionable strategies you can implement right away. First, embrace deliberate, focused practice, followed by sufficient rest. It's not just about raw hours, but the quality of that practice. Engaging in highly focused, effortful practice where you push your boundaries slightly is what tells your brain this connection matters. When you identify and correct mistakes, you're not just improving externally, you're actively telling your brain which connections to strengthen and which to prune. But here's the critical second part: rest, especially sleep. Studies show that during sleep, your brain doesn't just rest, it consolidates memories, strengthens new connections, and critically, performs much of that vital synaptic pruning we discussed. It's like the nocturnal maintenance crew coming in to pave the new superhighways and clear out the old, overgrown paths. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep after intense learning sessions to maximize this overnight neural reorganization. Secondly, introduce variability into your practice. Instead of repeating the exact same thing in the exact same way every single time, try practicing the skill in slightly different contexts, with different constraints, or in combination with other related skills. For instance, if you're learning a language, don't just use flashcards. Try listening to podcasts, speaking with different people, or writing short stories. This contextual interference forces your brain to build more robust, flexible pathways. It prevents the connections from becoming overly rigid and ensures they can adapt to novel situations. This type of practice challenges your brain to truly understand the underlying principles rather than just memorizing a specific sequence. It's like building multiple access roads to your superhighway, making it accessible from many different directions. This deeper processing encourages more widespread, interconnected neural networks, making your new skill much more resilient and adaptable. Finally, consistently seek novelty and embrace challenge. Your brain thrives on new experiences and problems to solve. Stagnation is the enemy of plasticity. Continuously expose yourself to slightly uncomfortable new learning situations. Pick up a completely different skill, even for a short period. Learn an entirely new genre of music, or try a new form of exercise that demands different coordination. This constant exposure to novel stimuli encourages the growth of new connections and the maintenance of a flexible, adaptable brain. When you step outside your comfort zone, even just a little, Your brain is forced to forge entirely new paths and expand its existing network. It's a powerful signal to your internal architect. Keep building, keep sculpting, there's more to discover. You see, your brain is not a static machine that you are born with, destined to operate within fixed limits. It is a living, breathing, endlessly adaptable landscape. Every single effort you make to learn, every struggle, every breakthrough is a direct act of authorship on the very fabric of your being. You are not just gaining knowledge or improving performance, you are quite literally rewriting your neural destiny. The frustrations of learning are not failures. They are the sounds of your brain's internal construction crew at work, breaking down old structures and erecting new ones. The smooth, effortless execution of a skill isn't magic. It's the tangible result of meticulously pruned, perfectly myelinated pathways built by your own persistent dedication. You are not stuck. You possess the incredible power to shape your own cognitive landscape, one connection at a time. And this journey into understanding the astonishing inner workings of your brain has only just begun. There are so many more incredible revelations about what's happening beneath the surface, profound insights waiting to transform how you think about yourself and your potential. The true magic of your mind continues to unfold, revealing secrets far more fascinating than you could ever imagine.